very,
there are no bad actors in this movie.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah, cool.
No, I mean, no, it's like the cast. I mean, it's
everybody's amazing.
Shit, I couldn't believe when I watched it. I was like, I was invested. Usually in films I'm in, I'm like, watching like this. I was like, this is it. I've never seen anything like this.
It's nice. I read that you were at least studied with the Groundlings at one point. So where's the comedy? When are you going to do a big comedy?
I don't know. I think if you watch any of my work, I try. There's some sort of levity in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially in dramatic scenes. My mentor Morgan Shepard always taught me to be comedic in a dramatic scene and be dramatic in a comedic scene because that's where the funny is and that's where the truth is. And so I don't try for it. I don't reach for it, but it always ends up coming up where someone will just laugh at me and I'll be like, "Oh, is that funny? I didn't know."
Yeah, keep a sense of humor. Right?
You have to, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, for me, it's always script and filmmaker, and if those two things make sense, it doesn't matter the genre.
If it's funny, that's fine.
Yeah. If it's great, if I believe in it, and if it's solid, and I believe in the filmmakers behind it, it doesn't matter what genre it is.
Are you one of those actors who has a script in the drawer or has a novel? Gosh, I want to play that character someday. Or
I really want to play a Western.
Oh, you could be good.
I really, really, really love Westerns. I mean, I write too. I just wrote a Western in 3.5 weeks, which is the fastest I've ever written a feature film.
That's pretty good.
And I write because I write things that I want to see that aren't being made generally. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. It's hard though. It's hard. People aren't impressed by Westerns as they once were, but I am. I love John Ford.
Well, like Unforgiven or whatever.
Can you write?
What's that?
Can you write horses?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I love writing horses.
A lot of actors say they can, but
they say they can.
Yeah. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I used to go quite a bit. I go to Griffith, or I'd go out to the desert in Arizona. There's a guy that has tremendously trained horses and go riding.
He's ready.
Yeah.
What's your musical taste like? Who do you like to listen to?
Well, I play a lot of music.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I love music. It's my break from. It's just it's a different outlet for me. I listen to a lot of.
You songwriter as well, then?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just wrote an EP just for fun in my house, and it was all inspired by. I call it like Southern voodoo rock. I spent a lot of time in Louisiana last year. And so it's like, it can be kind of folky, but kind of like...
Zydeco-ish, too. You get that?
Not Zydeco. I don't have the accordion. But, I wrote a song with the banjo that I bought while... it's just a thing. And but I listen to a lot of different stuff. I mean, sometimes my fiance and I would just listen to film scores in the car while we're driving. Like Michael Giacchino and John. We go see John Williams every year at the Hollywood Bowl. That's kind of like... what we look forward to.
Well, they said there may be some music in the next one, that you were going to do a musical scene
in
this one, and it got cut or whatever, but it didn't happen.
The guy who scored a movie, I believe his name was Antonio Pinto, wrote a really, really lovely nylon string score. I was starting to learn it, and then Stephanie was like, "No, you can't do that because there might be music in the second one." So that's why it's in my room now. If you watch the guitar that I was using was in my room.
Let's hope that
I know. I'm very excited because we think it's one thing we thought about was we live in a cave. What would we do? We would play music.
Yes.
We would absolutely play music and sing.
Soccer,
campfire stuff, soccer. Yeah.
Not soccer.
So I think if we get to do another one, it's inevitable that.
Yes. Okay.
Hollywood is still into superhero movies and stuff like that. Are you more like a DC guy, more a Marvel guy, or is this a character that you would like maybe to play in a superhero movie? Or
I don't know. I've never really thought about that. I think we can all be thankful for what Christopher Nolan has done for superhero movies. Once again, he's sort of proven that people have attention spans and they like substance. And what he's done with the Batman franchise it's so exciting to me. But I don't know. My buddy played Flash on Smallville, so whoever Flash is, I'll stick by him. Is that Marvel or is that DC?
DC.
All right, DC.
Yeah. Warner Bros.
Yeah.
So we're next going to see you in the Percy movie.
Probably. Okay. August. Sometime in August.
I could so see you playing David Bowie at some point. You have
one quick funny story in Baton Rouge. I was in Baton Rouge and I drank vodka. And I went to it was like Fox and the Hound bar. And I walked up and said, vodka soda. And this good old boy next to me was like, "What? You can't order that here." And I went, "Excuse me?" And right as we were about to maybe get into it, this other drunk older guy next to me goes, "Hey, you look like David Bowie." And I turned, I was like, excuse me? And I was like, is that a good thing? He's like, yes, that's great. And by the time this guy got bored with me and left, and it was amazing. That's my David Bowie story.
Yeah,
I think you
good.
look like that.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. Bye. He does